Testing, check one. Hopefully that should be clear enough. Although, I feel like I should have taken a drink before doing this. I'm praying that I put this in focus. I spent too much time putting the shot in focus. I gotta remind myself I've only got 18 minutes. I tried to record one of these on the same beach like a week ago, and the focus was being all jittery on my autofocus on the other camera, so I was like, yeah, all of this is unusable. But that's no problem. I'm back here again, and you didn't even know that, so I don't know why I'm telling you. Regardless, welcome to episode, I don't know what, of the Decompression Chamber. I'm here on Selong Belanak Beach in Lombok, Indonesia, and I'll start with an opening quote that I'm sure I've used before. Maybe I can find the clip and intercut it. And the quote goes like this: "No man walks through the same river twice, for it is not the same river, and he is not the same man." Roll the intro.
Wanted to meet and my steamer's broke. For the oblique turn peak of the soul. Peace never know what's about to occur, but my zen getting rolled at the turn of your words. Wanted to meet and my steamer's broke. For the oblique turn peak of the soul.
Yeah, so here I am, Selong Belanak Beach, if you'll believe it. Can't believe that I'm here. When I came traveling, I thought that, oh yeah, I'll have my camera out loads, I'll film loads of stuff, and then pretty much as soon as I arrived in Thailand, I realized, well, I didn't realize this, but I just tried to focus on enjoying myself. And not to say that I don't enjoy filming stuff, but I often say to people that when I kind of do videography vlogs of what I'm doing in kind of everyday life, I find myself sometimes feeling like I'm standing on the outside looking in, like I'm thinking more about framing and focus and, white balance than I am thinking about just being in the moment and enjoying myself. And it's not that they're mutually exclusive, because filmmaking is one of my main things that I like doing, but yeah, for such a unique experience, I just thought maybe you should just try and be present and just focus on what you're doing and the people you're with. And ordinarily I feel like I'd look back and be like, oh man, opportunities missed, opportunities wasted. And there is a part of me that thinks that, I could have filmed some really more cool travel videos or done some more vlogs or made some short films, but I feel like the travel has been a good opportunity for me to just, see the world and experience different things. And man, after 4 months now, it's crazy the set of experiences I've had, the people I never expected to meet, and just the amazing experiences I've had with them, all the things that I've seen, the jungle treks and the big hikes and the zipping around on mopeds and bikes and long buses and different hostels and different people. It's been more than I could ever sum up, more than I could ever just describe in one short way. I'm trying to write in my journal about my experiences to kind of keep them in my head, and even then it doesn't it's still not, I'm still not caught up. I'm still in Vietnam, even though that was 2 countries ago, and I'll be going to the Philippines soon. So yeah, I mean, it's that classic thing of there's that stereotype of somebody going traveling and becoming kind of more quote-unquote enlightened for it. Maybe in my head I thought I'd leave and go traveling and kind of discover some sort of universal truth about my life, or, figure something out. But in reality, it's just made me reflect more on my life, what I've been going through, Kind of a bit of a crazy set of circumstances, because last year I had to stop working because of bad mental health. I was suffering from depression and burnout, and I had a really bad period of mental health, really, really, really bad. And then almost immediately afterwards, I wouldn't say I felt 100% recovered. I left to go to a part of the world I'd never been to before. I'd never been outside of Europe before this. And yeah, it's just crazy how different I feel about travel from that first flight, the kind of tears, nervous on the plane, to arriving at the first hostel, unsure if I'd meet anybody, and, the ups and downs. Right now I'm feeling so happy to be abroad, and yet 2 days ago I was like, it's okay, well, travel schmavel, whatever the hell, And I think it's just natural to have ups and downs. Traveling for 6 months, there's no way I'd be living on a high, non-stop for like all the time, and yeah, it's been weird, but it's been so cool, and I'm super lucky that I met some really cool people and shared my experience traveling with them, and I've seen lots of cool places, and I kind of found out what I do and don't like about traveling, and found myself missing things, missing my girlfriend at home, that's the obvious, missing my parents more than I expected. Yeah, missing my friends, obviously, missing garlic bread. That one was weird. I miss garlic bread. I miss soft bread, like good soft bread. Like, I don't miss the cold though. I don't miss the cold. Anybody who knows me, anybody who's watching me knows I don't do well in the cold, which is why I left during the kind of northern hemisphere winter. So that's been nice. I'm just in a t-shirt and shorts in February, and that was the case for December, and that was the case for January, so no complaints there. I managed to surprise a couple of friends, thanks to my friend Oshana and her family for welcoming me in Sri Lanka. That was pretty crazy, and that was really cool. It's just too much to sum up. But to harken back to the quote that started the video, no doubt I'm different now from the start of my travels, even if it's difficult to kind of put into words. And yeah, just today I've been enjoying like thinking about that, and I've kind of like for a long time feeling like I've been a little bit not sparking my creative flame, even though it's there, it's always been there. It's just for whatever reason I lost my spark, and today I feel like I have it. I'm always a victim of thinking whenever I'm in a certain way that's going to be that way forever, like if I'm struggling, then in my head I'm like, oh, it's going to be terrible forever. And then when I'm doing well, I'm like, I've never suffered in my life, I've never had anything bad happen, I've never had a bad single day of my life once. And so yeah, I'm trying to stay grounded for now. But yeah, today I feel really good. I've been editing an edit that I'm going to make soon, and I shot a silly little video with this guy over here, the meerkat, Skippy. Yeah, crazy coincidence, because basically I'm, just for fun, I'm writing a set of short stories set in a fantasy world, and one of the characters that I wrote has, like Skippy the Scout, a meerkat animal companion. That's kind of a centerpiece of the first film. God, I just realized I'm kind of remaking Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in that story, even though I didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Well, I'll make it a bit better. No, that's very, very hubristic of me. Anyway, it just so happened that after coming up with this character, I like Kinder Eggs, and I got a Kinder Egg, and there was that little meerkat, and I guess that affirmed me in a weird way, like, hey, you're doing the right thing. But yeah, so here I am, fucking doing the damn thing, making a decompression chamber video. It's been so long, Originally I intended these to be like a video log, like a kind of captain's log from Star Trek, how am I doing, what's the update, what's been going on, when I was feeling a bit cooped up and creatively, not having the spark in COVID. And kind of each year that passed, I called it a new season, and I don't even know where I'm at now, But I'm in Selong Belanak, I'm in Indonesia, and I would have never expected that. I've been enjoying it here. I've been surfing here, met some cool people. I've kind of just been relaxing, enjoying being in Indonesia. I had a bit of a stressful time flying around to get to Medan to go on this really cool jungle trip, video incoming. And yeah, so I've just been chilling, being at the beach. Sometimes I just come to the beach and hang out. Sometimes I go for a coffee and write, and sometimes I just listen to music and walk with my ankles in the water and just kind of look out at the ocean. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how quickly, I keep saying this to people in my life, it's weird how quickly your brain gets used to things. Like, if you'd came back, like give me a time machine and taken me right back to a year ago, and I tell my previous self about what Laos was like, what Vietnam was like, the people I'd meet, oh hey, you're just hanging out in Indonesia, I'd be like, mind blown. But right now I'm like, I'm having a great time, but I'm like, yeah, I'm in Indonesia, who would have thunk? Just watching the sunset, and I'll probably have a beer in a little while. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm up to. And yeah, I just keep thinking about like how pivotal this short period of time in my life will be. You know, I feel like I always look back and look at like kind of 2025, 2026 as a time of great change, and for bad and for good. You know, I feel like I was struggling real bad with a difficult kind of mental health crisis, and I was lucky enough to get some therapy, and people in my life were very supportive. Number one, of course, being my girlfriend, whom I love very dearly, and I miss very much this last while. I mean, I've missed her the whole time, but just recently it's been more intense. And yeah, and somehow I just kind of kept going, and it got better. I still have days where I feel depressed, where like I just can't bring myself to get out of bed, and I feel like I'm just waiting for the day to be over, and those are difficult. It's not really much. I've tried to write short essays about it. I've tried to find analogies or metaphors. Like I always use the term the dark cloud, and that's about as good as it's got. Like it just felt like it was never there before, and then suddenly it was. You know, everybody experiences ups and downs. I've had weeks and months of my life where I felt not good and then kind of come out of it, but yeah, the appearance of the dark cloud was just different. It was just different in more ways than I could describe. And sometimes I wonder whether it was a good thing for my brain to have the shock of going to travel, you know, the set of new stimuli, just the new environment, the seeing the sun more. Maybe just that shock to the system was good for me. It's hard to tell though, because you know, sometimes I worry, like, just because I'm meant to adjust while I'm out here traveling and have like zero responsibilities other than staying alive and being good to people and not being like a ignorant tourist, then it doesn't mean necessarily that I'll adjust well to life back at home. That's something I worry about as well. I don't know what that will look like for me. But so long as I'm traveling, I'm just trying to stay in the moment and enjoy that, you know. I got all of my life to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with my career and fucking trying to afford a house and any of that shit. Bills and, you know, how to cut my hair. I still haven't figured out the haircut thing. That's a video for another day. I got a cool dime on the towel that I'm sat on. I don't know whether it's in frame now. I set the focus and the sky's going to be nice and I'm on the beach. If I keep fretting about the framing of the video, then I'm just going to drive myself crazy, because after last time, I was disappointed. That being said, as rambling and as probably incoherent as I am now, I'm definitely more coherent now than I was last time. This shit needs practice, you know, But yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope that after making this and uploading it, I look back at kind of videos of my past, you know, and think about how far I've come. Because there is an enormous, undescribably big pile of privilege that it took for me to get the opportunity to travel like this. Things that I became the more aware of the more I traveled. And yeah, I'm proud of myself because to a certain extent I pushed myself to do this, you know. This has been a journey in the making since before 2020, you know. I was going to travel my gap year before uni, for anybody who doesn't know, if somehow you're watching this video and you don't know my life story. And COVID hit, and that was kind of the only major drawback of that for me, other than the kind of general lockdown stuff. I didn't have any major deaths in the family or anything like that. So I feel extremely fortunate given the circumstances. I know a lot of people suffered really, really terribly. But for me, it just happened to be the biggest outcome was that I didn't get to travel. And now I have. And now I am, should I say. And it's completely opened up my world. And I just can't believe I can believe it because, as I mentioned before, I'm kind of used to it. But I can't believe I'm here in Indonesia, you know. Even when I wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm here. And I'm walking around and I feel the tropical heat and I see the palm trees swaying in the breeze. Sometimes I still zoom out on Google Maps and see how far away I am from all my people, and I think, God, I'm out here. And sometimes that's really cool, and I'm like, fuck yeah, man, I'm traveling. And then sometimes I'm like, God, I'm really out here, alone. And that's life, you know. That's the route I chose with solo travel. Like, there's such... Some days I'm like by myself and I'm like, this is cool. I'm just in the moment. I'm in the mood to just be me and hang around. And then sometimes I'm like, I miss my girlfriend. I want to, you know, go to the pub with my mates. You know, I want to go and sit at the kitchen table at my grandma's flat and chat with my grandma and my aunt. And I think I realize how much of that I do in my life, you know, wishing my life away or kind of imagining myself to be more comfortable somewhere else where I am. So for now, I'm just looking at the sunset, seeing the fact that I'm at the beach. Got a little skippy over there. Yeah, can't believe it, man. Can't believe it. I'm proud of myself. And my SD card's running out of space. Is there a way I can kind of sum this up or tie it up? I would just say I came a long way. Not just literally and physically, but metaphorically, you know. The last 4 months of my life feel like they could have been 8 months, just with the different sets of experiences. To the point now where my younger brother, who's in Thailand, when I was on the call to him and heard him speaking Thai, like a little bit of Thai, it made me feel nostalgia towards the start of my trip. Like, that's how far I've come. And it will continue. And it will continue. And it does have a finite end, so I'm trying to just soak up all the experience and just enjoy it as much as possible, but I just do have a distinct sense of pride. Like, I haven't gotten everything right. I've been scammed here and overpaid for things there and wasted a couple of days, you know, doing stuff that kind of wasn't as interesting to me, but I did the damn thing. And I hope that I can continue doing that. Oh, I just noticed my posture. I'm sat slouching the whole video. Well, don't worry. It's just 21st century syndrome. Got to do some backwards planks or something. God, I really need to end this. Anyway. Yeah, I'm different now, but kind of the same. So what does that mean for us? It means I hope I do another one soon. God, the last time I did this was like over a year ago. So yeah, love you lots. To everybody watching, to myself from the past, to myself for the next one. See you in the edit. That's to me. See you next time. That's to you.
Run at the meat and my steamer is broke. For the oblique turn peak of the soul. Peace never know what's about to occur, but my zen getting rolled at the turn of your words. Witches on my head, wishing that we could waste what whisk up the eggplant pie, even side of dragon. Whole country can't rest on a wing since then, never sing rings.